video that has captured the final moments of the crash. This is from a camera installed near the Baramati airstrip where the plane was set to land. In this, you can see a faint shadow of the plane crashing into the ground, erupting into flames. The plane comes in view at 45 minutes past 8 a.m., exactly at the 57th second. In just 4 seconds, we can see the blast caused by that led to the plane crashing. Second 1, second 2, second 3, second 4. Now look at the crash. The plane descended steeply at an approximately 45-degree angle and hit the ground nose first. You can also see here that there is a thick black smoke billowing from the crash site. Another important thing to note is that the CCTV video has just shot for 2 minutes after the aircraft was cleared to land on the runway at 8:43 a.m. by the ATC. Now look at the location of this crash site. It is near the runway 11 of the Baramati airport, and the CCTV footage comes from the borderlines of the crash site. The crash site is on the left of the airstrip. The crash happened in the pit left to the runway 11. It is to be noted that because Baramati's airstrip being a smaller facility does not have an instrument landing system requiring pilots to rely on visual and manual alignment. It is suggested that the pilots struggled to visually align with the runway, prompting a second landing attempt that tragically ended in disaster. You can also see in these images that the strip is a tabletop strip. It is built on a hilly or elevated terrain with runways that are steeply dropped at both ends. Amongst the first visuals that have been shot by people that were gathered around, you see in this video that the aircraft was engulfed in fire. In fact, the fields around the crash was also on fire. This represents the intensity of the crash. This tabletop airstrip is part of the Baramati uncontrolled airfield. This means that the air traffic information is provided by the instructors from the flying training organizations, the flying schools that are located in Baramati. To reiterate, this is runway 11. The wreckage of the plane is on the left side of the runway. Here is the crashed airplane. People are standing in the elevated ground from the crash site. You can see the video here that the plane is ablaze and a thick black smoke is rising from the crash site. These are the things to be noted. The tail is intact here in this picture. That proves that the plane crash happened nose first. The front parts of the plane have come apart and are burning around the main plane crash. Here is a closer view of the crash site. Again, the tail of the plane can be seen intact. In this closer view, we can see the logo of the private aviation agency. The VSR aviation logo is visible. Now, the jet engine can also be seen here. It is to be noted that the first blast caused due to the crash was followed by at least 2 to 3 smaller blasts, hence the wreckage. Another angle of the crash site here is the embankment type area, which proves that this was a tabletop airstrip. That means that the crash site is at a lower altitude than the rest of the land where the runway strip was. Some part of the airplane can also be seen here. It is charred, distorted enough that we cannot tell what it is. Even if the fire squad and officials are present to tackle the situation, the smoke is still billowing from the plane. Here is another video that we have accessed. The wreckage of the plane can be seen in a close-up shot. The crash was intense enough to engulf the whole plane in flames and kill the 5 people aboard. With the fire squad, police can also be seen present at the spot. The engine, the tire, the main wings, all of these parts were disintegrated due to the crash. This video that you see on your screens, you can see that the tire of the plane is visible here. Here's another angle. The runway 11 can be seen here at the lower altitude in gorge or the pit. This pit is approximately 20 meters below the airstrip. Here the fire squad can be seen dousing the fire and smoke. People of Maharashtra have plunged into shock. So many are still gathered around the crash site trying to make sense of what actually happened and trying to. You can see people surrounding the site and standing near the airstrip. The breakdown of these videos presented a